And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. Yeshiva School Show, Wartime ZoomShteig 198, I want to say. Is tonight a Wednesday night? 198 because of Baruch Matir Asurim, you're saying. Okay, Givaldic. So we're learning in the schos of the hostages, in the schos of the soldiers. We are holding in Beitza on the Gimel Amud Beis. Amud Beitz. And is it easy being green? It's not easy being green. Is it easy learning every single night? It's not easy learning every single night. But is it a schus that we're happy to do every single night? And I should stop wasting time and stalling while I find my pencil. And I'd rather have a pencil, and it's flawed. Okay. Sorry for that tedious introduction. I was looking for a pencil. Hirschfleisch, Shalom Aleichem. Okay, so we were on Gimel Amud Beis. We were saying that for the pencil, I'll just use a pen for today. But thank you, Robinson. So we were talking about a davar sheyesh lo matirin, like for example, the egg, which is going to be permissible the next day, so it never becomes usher. It never becomes like batal, even in 1,000. So the Gemara says, this is where we were at. We're at the Gemara of Suffolk Treifa, the Rashi. It's a suffix that it was born from a Tarnagolas Treifa or not on Yantif. Beyontiv Kai, Va'idi, the Iri, Be'isr Beitza, Iri Nami Baha. So Rashi over there is actually answering a big question of, they're saying this talking about a suffix Treifa, and really the suffix is a Deoraisa. And the suffix is Isser. Who even is talking about an Isser of Treifa? Like they just kind of pulled it out of left field. Rashi says the ID, the Iri, since they're talking about Isser Beitza, so they're also talking about the Isser Treifa. That's the answer, okay? Saying it's davar sheyesh bo matirin. It's something that will become permissible right after Yandiv. It's going to be heter gamor. So then they say kol davar yesh bo matirin, it has permissible. We're doing Rashi now. Afilu be'elef lo batil. Even in 1,000, it's not batil. V'abal gav d'mideoraisa chad b'trei batil. Even though Rivka is very interesting, on a deoraisa level, all you need is rove. So if you have one thing, you can be mevatlu with two others, because then rove. Like it is written, acharei rabim lahatos. You can go after rabim lahatos. You go after the majority. So that's deoraisa. Rashi saying it's chad b'trei. Achmor Rabbanan Hoel v'yesh lo matir, but the rabbis are machmir, and they say since it could become permissible achar zman, lo yachlenu be'izr al yedei bito. You shouldn't eat it with izr al yedei bito. So Hanicha Lemanda Amar, that's talking about later, that says Kol Shedarcho Limno Shaninu, that the Mishnah in Orla, like we're gonna see later, right? The Mishnah in Orla, Lo Batil. it's mashma that it's not bato. Mashma kol davar sheyesh b'nei adam makpidim alav b'nei chashivusan l'mocher b'minyan. Anything that they sell a specific amount of, right, is chashav. That's anything. That's if he says kol or eshedargo. So we can understand the guy who says everything that you count. So an egg is chashav, therefore. But the guy who says el mandamar es shedarko, the mashma es amiyucha dekach she'en adam mochro beomen, meaning something that they only sell. No one, you can't buy one. So now maybe an egg would beomen, maybe an egg, would be in that category. But maybe back in the day, it's like, and even now, maybe you can buy like a single egg. I don't know, but back then it was like, it wasn't. It's not like miyucha bekach. Right. So that's the as. What can he say? Because it says in the Beitza that someone who has chavile tlasan of klaya karen yidliku, burn it. Tulasan is a type of kitnius, Rashi says. Right? Like a lot of time you say you sell eggs and you sell eggs, yeah, just take like a handful of eggs. Like you take like this much, and you don't count every single egg. You take like a weight of the egg. And you sell the eggs, and you don't count the exact number, right? So this guy was selling kitnius, lemate kadera, to make it even sweeter. It's finger in Laz. In Tzemach, it's called chilba. All right. So yidliku kedin kalaya karim. You burn it because rentik dash tukad eish dasir v'hana. Rabbi said, what's kalaya karim? Kalayim of the karen of the vineyard. Kalay karim is even more kalayim than regular kalayim. If you mix grapes in with one of the kalayim, right? Karim is a vineyard. Yeah, you can't add anything, right? If you have these chavilei tlatan, so you grew this vegetable called tlastin, and you grew it in a vineyard. So you have to burn it. This avru b'acheros. What if it got mixed up with other vegetables, and the other vegetables got mixed up with other vegetables? You burn them all, says Rabbi Meir. The Chachamim say no. It comes in 1 in 200. Right, 201, right? Yeah. Because Rabbi Meir was saying, Eskedargo limnos mikadesh. Rabbi Meir was saying that anything that you carry, and the Chachamim say, no, only 6 things become mikadesh. So what is Rashi saying here? Yalu be'echad b'matayim, it comes up in 1 in 200. It says, Imnis arev echad mehem b'masayim, shahater. No, so it's 1 in 200, not 201, 200. One of them in 200. Okay, we need Rashi tells that. The time 200 of mutter, so just pick up one of them and burn it, and the rest are mutter, and that's the shear of bittul kilayim. Beorla is 1 in 200. That's the shear of kilayim in orla. It's 1 in 200 because Rabbi Meir was saying kilaymar lahachi amar Rabbi Meir kulan yidliku. You have to burn them all. Rabbi Meir did this, and he doesn't have bittul because Rabbi Meir says ho v'dargam limnai, since you count these tlasin, right? You figure at 3, you know exactly how many you have. You buy them in specifically with the number. Ein betelin mikadshin le'izer kol hanis arev behem. So they don't get batled. Shalom aleichem Avi Meiri. So we're saying that these things do not get bottled. If right, Rabbi Meir says no, anything that you count does not get bottled. And the Chachamim say no, only these 6 things are so chashuv that they can never get bottled. And what are they? And Rabbi Kiva says 7. And what are they? It says egoze perach, which is a type of walnut. Perach ubadin, walnut of a place, and Ramone badin, the pomegranate of another place. The chavios, the thumos, and closed barrels. The chalupe tardin, tradin, which is a type of spinach. The klache kroves, as Rashi, klache kruvin gedolin ima'alin shalan. The kruv Eretz Yisrael is very big. There's a big cabbage from Eretz Yisrael, like a tree. What? Like a tree, like they say in Ksubis, like it says in Ksubis of Kuv Yud Aleph. Okay. So also these like great stalks of cabbage or cauliflower, and Greek melon. And Rabbi Kiva adds also homemade bread. So these are the things that are magdish. They don't get bottled in anything. They take down everything that gets mixed in. Everything that gets mixed in, they get mixed in. They get mixed in. Hara orla, hara orla, klai karam. So if it becomes orla, it's orla. If it becomes klai karam, it's klai karam. Different vegetables and fruit and bread. Ve'itmar Allah, and it said about it, Rabbi Yochanan Amar, Es Shadar Kolim Noshanin. We learned about Es, things that are specifically counting, not including eggs. Rabbi Shimon Levi says, no, whole Shadar Kolim Nos, anything that gets counted, but it does include eggs, because eggs are sometimes counted and sometimes sometimes not counted, just like approximately. Yeah, take the honey challah Rabbi Shimon Lakish. I understand according to Rabbi Shimon Lakish, he says kol shadar cholim nos, why an egg would be considered chashiv. But to Rabbi Yochanan, what could he say? Why would an egg consider chashiv? An egg is not always counted, so it's not chashiv because Rabbi Yochanan. Amar Rav Baba says, "Hi Tana the litra kitsiosu. The Amar kol davar sheva minyan afilu b'derabanan lo batil." So Rabbi says, no, it's a different Tana. The Tana of the Mishnah that says that it is the suffix is aser and it doesn't come up in Elef is because he holds like this is the Tana that says that anything you count does not get batal even at their bottom level. Let's see Rashi. So first of all, orla. It says Osan min ilan, their tree, an orla, and they have orla. So mikadesh as aruveim, if they get mixed up, so they are mikadesh because of orla. And this orla kaikarim can go to chelbei tradin like spinach and this other vegetable, and the bread because it's grown from wheat that's grown in a vineyard, and so it's kaikarim. Sheino min ilan. It's mikajin eruveim. The Isra was klai right? There's no orla with them, but there's klai karim. Some things there's no klai karim, but there's orla. So etz shedarko libno shadinu b'tumeya b'milsa to Rei Meir. So some people say that Rei Meir says etz shedarko libnos. So that's Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Shimon Lakish says kol shedarko libnos. So, honey, Rabbi Yochanan or Shimon Lakish, you can understand because Lakish equal ultimately the bright that you can establish the bright of the Getani Beitza lo batla. The reason the egg doesn't get batla according to Rabbi Meir because he says kol shedarko libnos. But how do we answer according to Rabbi Yochanan who says es shedarko libnos, not including eggs? So he says, oh no, it's talking about a different Tana. We're not talking about according to Rabbi Meir. We're saying according to Tana de the Iri. Gabe litra Beitza the litra Kitzian a liter of these kitzios, which are a type of like squash or something. Who, Tamar kol davar sheyesh bo minyan, everything that's counted. Afilu midi derabanan, even derabanan, can go in liter kitzios, like this weird vegetable, this squash, the Irish trumos peros, and right, this is this truma of this fruit, I guess, not vegetable, but a fruit. It's only derabanan, and so you would think, oh, maybe in derabanan it wouldn't make all of the taroves, all the mixtures that it gets mixed into, and then when that gets mixed into it, it wouldn't make it so aser. It's only derabanan. No, even that, according to the Tana, who talked to the literature the Tanan, because it says in a Mishnah, very good, litra kitzios. So what's this chaf over here? It's a Gemara in Zavachim and in Trumos. It's Toseftim Trumos. So litra kitzios shedarsu al pi ego. Remember we were talking about the circle yesterday, and we're like, what? So you have this fruit that you smash it on top of a circle. Which is the ego darsa? Which circle you did, or al pi chavis, or you smashed it on the top of a barrel. Is a chavis darsa. You don't know which barrel you smushed it with. Al pi kaveris, which I guess is like another type of container. Looks like a beehive. So now, there's a machlokas here, Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yoshua, but there's a machlokas Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda. What was the machlokas Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yoshua? Okay, so first let's see a little bit more Rashi's. It says, Shedarsa al pi kli, Sheshmo ego, Shebo osin is egulim. Oh, Dad, egule develas. You know egule develas? Bav Metzia. If you find egule develas, so like we all learned Bav Metzia, one of the first sect I ever learned, and in the second parak, and they talked about egule develas. These circles of pressed figs. Igule devela.
You can have that igula with your dad, like Yosef.
Like Yosef and Yaakov. Maybe my dad have one. It's this from Zos Torah. So Shedarsa, so they make an igule devela. You don't know which vessel you use to make it. I don't know that he's on the top of this and didn't and not inside, and we don't remember which one's which. Tori Meir Omer. Tori Meir says, there's a machlokas Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yoshua in this thing, but it's not sure who's saying what. By the way, Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yoshua are the same people who had the machlekes by the Tanor Shalachnai, the whole Maisa of Lo Bashamayim. That was Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yoshua. So here also they argue. Rabbi says, Rabbi Eliezer says, litros atachtonos, even though like the bottom vessels are besavik dimua mitztarvos atachtonos elapumim shel kol hagulim ha'elu. Besavik dimua, it's savik demai. Savik we took the truma out of it. Savik we did it. Rabbi Eliezer Omer Roanes Elyonos Kiluhem Perudos. Rashi says Rowan Osan as if they're separated. What does that mean? Im ein kan mea pumim, if there's not 100 mouths of heter, sheyeheben kidei lalos ha'isr. One of them we don't know is usr. We don't know which one. So if there's not 100 of the mutter to make the isr be able to take in out in 101. Rowan kilu litros shakol echad pumim prudos me'ela pumim umeuravos b'shel shulayim v'nimtu kulam b'savik demua. So it's all safek. V'mitztarefes adachtonos lalos es litra she'al hapeh, because one of them is on the top. There are some that fell to the bottom and some that fell to the top. So we look at them all we include them all to be mevatel. The one on, because one of them on top is not kosher. We didn't take truma or something. However, trumas peros, but since trumas peros only derabanan, they made a kula in that case. The Dachtonos, Yeshua says, if there's 100 mouths, there's 100 tops, and so then you can do it with 101. So then you're good. The imlav, and if there's not 100 boomim, then the tops are all usher and the bottoms are all mutter, because we know that that the usher one is one of the ones on top of the igul, to make these squares, these circles of pressed figs. Circles of pressed figs. Rabbi Yeshua Omer, oh my phone. It's got everything. It's got everything. Rabbi Yeshua Omer. Rabbi Yeshua said, "Afilu yesh sham." No, so Rabbi Yeshua Omer, "Afilu yesh sham." Im yesh sham mei pumim is 100 of heter, excluding the pumin of the iser. So then you can go and take it up with 101. But if not, the heads, the tops, the mouths are all usher, and the bottoms, the shulayim, are moel in levatel apumim. The ain't shulayim, the bottoms don't help levatel the tops. However, because there's no suffix about the bottom pressed fig circles. Rabbi Yehuda says no, the machlokas is different between Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yoshua. Rabbi Yehuda says, Rabbi Eliezer says, if there's mea pumim, mea tops, it comes up, and if not, the mouths are all usher and the bottoms are all mutter. And Rabbi Yeshua says, "Afilu yesham shalosh meos pumim." Even if there's 300 mouths, lo yalu, they still couldn't mevatel them. Darsa beeagle, the ena yodea be'ez eagle. Okay, so the eagle. Okay, so imagine. Here's what I think is happening. Imagine you have like no, like a big tube, yes. And so, right, so you take the tube and you push on the top of the tube and it makes a circular pressed fig, but also you can go and put it on the bottom. And so you have things on the bottom of the tube, but you also have things that you're pushing in on the top of the tube, right? And so that's the top and that's the bottom. And so Rabbi Yoshua says that even if it's 300, you can't do it. Darsa be'eagle, ve'eno yodea be'ez eagle. Darsa divrei hakol yalu. Divrei hakol hainu plug sayu. What are you talking about? We're arguing. Rav Papa says, here's what we're saying. Darsa be'eagle, and you don't know which one of the eagle, if it was to the top or was the bottom. So then everyone says, then if you're not sure, even if you use the top and bottom, so then you can use both things on the top and things on the bottom to have 100 to be able to mevatel one of them. Says Rashi. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, lo kach nechleku Rabbi Yeshua. No, the machlokas was different. Ela kach nechleku Rabbi Eliezer. Omer, Rabbi Eliezer says the following. Rabbi Yeshua says, even if there's 300, the kulam bichlal suffix, so then all of them are the suffix. Ein malin as a yachid. You can't pick up one of them. Hoel v'pume hakli davar sheyesh bo minyan. We know exactly. It's talking about davar sheyesh bo minyan. We know exactly how many tops and mouths of the vessels we have. And so since it has a minion, it's not batal. It's not even batal derabanan, but if you darsa be'eagle, v'achikam, is saying darsa b'tocha eagle, you did it inside of the circle. Da'achshav eina nikara shahari atovekes ve'eni yodea hechanhu in bitzafono in shel eagle over deroma. We don't know which part of the circle he even squished off. Now we don't even know there's an infinite amount of things. This side of the circle, that side of the circle. So it's not sure even how many. Everyone would say that in that case you can use all of the whether on the top or on the bottom of the tube. to be mala it. The Tana Dilel, and so the Tana above was Rabbi Yehuda in the Shita of Rabbi Yoshua. Rabbi Yehuda in the Shita of Rabbi Yoshua is that even if there's 300, it doesn't go in because since we know the amount, it's 300. We know the amount is Davar Sheva Minyan. And Davar Sheva Minyan, even on a Derabanan, it doesn't come up. That's the Tana that said that the egg, even though the egg was a Safek Isser, and that's because it was right, even though it said it was a Gezerah, no Safek Isser Treifa, it doesn't come up in Elef because this is the Tana of Rabbi Yehuda Alibid Rabbi Yoshua, who holds that every Davar Sheva Minyan is never Ola, even in 1,000, even on a Derabanan. Shkayach. So we saw the Gemara. TVJ, how much time do we got left? What time is it right now?
18 minutes.
18 minutes. Then we got a lot of time. Okay. So that was a very, very complicated sugya. We could see a Tosfos. We could. I like to see a Rambam. Let's see a Rambam here. So Kol Davar Sheish Lo Matirin. So let's see Rambam over there. Dad, Perek Tes Vav Halacha Tes in Hilchos Meichlos Asuros. We learned that together in Hilchos Meichlos Asuros. So let's see. If to find it in the Rambam now. Okay, if not, Hilchos Yantiv. Should be right around there. No, it's BS and Mikdash and Surm's bath. It's in Kedusha. Michael Zazuros is in Kedusha. Found it. Boom. Michael Zazuros has Vav Alachatas. So Chametz b'Pesach. Aval Bisha Hime Isurei Torah. Even though Chametz b'Pesach is part of the Isur D'Oraisa, Eno Bechlalos Elu L'Bisha Ena Ta'aroves Asura La'olam. It's not always Asur. Shahari La'achar Ta'Pesach Tiyeh Ko Ta'aroves Mutaro. So it's called Davar Sheish Lo Matirin. The Vichach therefore Oser B'Koshehu Ben B'Mino Ben Shelo B'Mino. The reason that Chametz is Aser B'Koshehu is because it is a Davar She Yeshlo Matirin. Okay, if we had a whole Rambam, so also. Chazayim. Chaz. Ketzar agudo sheyarek miklai kerem sheniz arba mazayim agudo zo ezrog shel orla sheniz arba mazayim ezrogim akom mater. Okay. I'm thinking, should we go on? I'm thinking, should we do a taste viz? I'm thinking maybe, we saw a Rambam. We could see Rambam at the Purim Masurim. We could go weiter. Rav Ashi says, L'olam Safek Yom Tov Safek Chol Havi Davar Sheyesh Lo Matirin. V'kol Davar Sheyesh Lo Matirin Afilu B'derabanan Lo Batio. Okay, so Rav Ashi says, really, and this is how Paskin, that Savik Yandiv and Savik Chol is considered a davar sheyesh lo matira. Why? Rav Ashi Amar La'olam, he says, Hadik Tani v'sfeika isura. Remember we had that problem? Why is the suffix aser? If it's only a gezerah, derabanan, so the suffix should be mutter, because suffix derabanan le kula. Nice. And suffix deraisa le? Nice. And suffix derabanan le? Right, very good. It's your question. Yeah. So Rav Ashi says that which the suffix is azer, it's because the suffix yandiv and suffix chol. We're not sure when the egg was born. The ka'amar, that's what it said. The kakashi left Rav Yosi, Rav Yitzchak, suffix derabanan hu v'lekula hachaz lidan. The chumras, why are we going machmer here? Because it's davar sheyesh lo matir in the machar. Because if it's suffix yantif, suffix chol, so then anyways the next day it's going to be mutter to eat, whether it's yantif or chol. Because either if today's yantif, so tomorrow's chol, I can eat tomorrow. If today's chol, tomorrow's yantif, great, I can eat an egg that was born with chol on yantif. So it's davar it's going to be mutter tomorrow no matter what. And so therefore he says the reason that even though it's only derabbanan, the reason the suffix is usher is because the suffix of davar sheyesh b'matirin. And so it's usher. And guess what? The Rambam passes like this. And now we're going to see this Rambam. Hilchos Yantiv Alacha Chaf. Perek Aleph Hilchos Yantiv Alacha Chaf. We go back to the Rambam. Perek Aleph Alacha Chaf. V'kishem she'aser la'achla kach achel etaltla. What the? Ukashem she'aser la'olam dalid aleph chaf. So it says la'olam savik yantiv savik chol is davar sheyesh b'matirin. Says the Rambam. Kishem she'aser la'achla, just like it's aser to eat the egg, kach aser l'taltula, it's also aser to touch the egg, move it. But villainous arba ve'elef, and even if it got mixed in with 1,000, kulon asuro shahari l'machar yutru lakol. So even if it gets mixed up with 1,000, but it's davar sheyesh lo matirin, it's a thing that has something that's going to be mutter the next day. So even 1,000 it doesn't get batal. The code davar sheyesh matirin feel be'elef alafim, even in 1,000 thousands, it's not batal. Dad, how many is 1,000 thousand?
Say that again?
How many is 1,000 thousand?
A billion.
A billion?
Yeah.
But what is that again? 100,000. 1,000 thousands is a billion.
Maybe it's a million. 100,000. Wait, 100,000
Yeah,
is 100,000. No. So 1,000 is just one more zero. So it's a million.
Right. So the Rambam said even in a million, this egg would not become mutter. If this egg falls in this egg, it's a suffix. If it was born in Yantif, suffix. If it was born on Chol. Tomorrow, no matter what, it's going to be mutter. Today, if it gets mixed up with a million other eggs, all the eggs are usher until tomorrow. Until tomorrow. The elef alafim, rive rivavos pe'amim. Hashochet tarnikolas, someone who shechs the chicken biyom tov, the matzah bo beitzim, and you found in it eggs, gemuros, completed eggs. Ha'elum mutaros, they're mutter. Why? Chains a davar matzoi tamid. It's very rare. The davar matzoi, something which is not found. Ella akrai ba'alma lo gazura. It's just like akrai ba'alma. It's like random thing that happens once in a plague mig. So they don't make such a gezer on it. Okay, Givaldik Rambam. Avilu be'elef alafim. Tanya. We learn in a Beitza. Acherim Omrim. Who is Acherim?
People who are outside of the.
Rabbi Meir's nickname. It's okay. You know why? Because his Rebbe was Acher. His Rebbe was Acher. And so he's Acherim. Acherim says, Mishum Rabbi Eliezer, name Rabbi Eliezer, Beitza Tochal. He be'ima. Eat the egg and its mom. We might ask, what's the case? We're talking about a chicken that we set aside to eat on Yantif Cheat, obviously, the he, the Ima, Shaya, the egg and the mom. It's chicken that you set aside to grow more eggs. But in that case, so it would be asur because of muksa to eat the egg and the mom. Rabbi Zeir says, Tochal agav ima. You eat her because you eat the egg because of the mom. Heichidami, wait a second, what's the case? Amar Abaye says Abaye could go and shalakticha stam nishchita hovera. You took it just stam, you weren't sure. You did shchita, and then hovera that you're lachila omedes. You figured out that you're supposed to eat this one anyways. Lo nishchita. If you didn't shecht it, so then it comes out that you were not meaning to shecht it. You wanted to have more eggs. Rav Mari says guzma kitani. Now I would just say guzma, exaggeration. The Tanya, because it says in Beitza, Acherim Omer Meir says, Yishom Rabbi Eliezer, eat the egg and the mom, and eat the chick, and eat the shell. Guzma. Shell. What the shell?
What the shell?
Didn't we have a lighter that said what the shell?
No, it said shell. Yeah.
Shell, yeah.
The shell's really good.
So is eat the shell. What the shell is shell. My klipas, what do you mean eat the shell? Ilay my klipas, mamish. What are you saying? Mamish eat the shell? Shell is edible. Ella efroach b'klipas. So eat the egg in his shell. Adkan lo bligi rabbanan alad Rabbi Eliezer ben Yaakov. Elehecha diyatzla verolam. They're only talking about the case where the egg maybe was born. Elehecha delo yatzla verolam. It did not come out. Lo bligi. They don't argue. Ela efrach v'klipaso kuzma. Rather, when it says eat the chicken and its egg, it's exaggeration. So achanami. Here also, when it says eat the chicken, tochal v'ima and the mom, it's exaggeration. It's a guzma. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, let's see if we can do these Rashis. How much time do we have left in share? 5 minutes, Slim Shady?
Yes, 5.
Okay, so Avish there. Tochal, Beitza Tochal, Imno to be on the border Yatif. So we say, wait a second. If it's talking about Tarnagolas that's gadol, that's this lachila, you set it aside, you were mizamein it, you're gonna eat it on Yantif, so then obviously you can eat that in the mom. Kilaymal says Rashi imba lomar kibei shamai. If you're trying to say that, like I'm saying Beis Shammai the shamin on Beitza, ima lamali pshita desharia. What are you trying to tell me that you can eat the egg that's omedus lachila like Beis Shammai? Obviously, you can eat the egg for omedus lachila. Everyone holds that. So no, and if it's the chicken that was omed legad no beitzim to grow eggs, then obviously it's usher. The egg and the mom, the shamin on the Rabbi Eliezer. We heard the Rabbi Eliezer, the Islam muksa, the holds of muksa. It's not parak maybe. It's in I think the fourth parak or maybe the last parak. No, it's the fourth parak of Masech the Rabbi Eliezer. Omer Adam al Mukta Mukta that you need to like prepare it. And so obviously it's other. Does it know agav im ochlin es ima hayom tochel avhi? That how do we know whether you can eat the egg? It's not saying you can eat the egg and the mom. That wouldn't be teaching us anything that we didn't know either way you look at it. But it's saying that how do you know if you can eat the egg? If you can eat the mom. If you can eat the mom, then you know you can also eat the egg. If you can't eat the mom, then you also know that you can't eat the egg. That's tochel agav imei. So wait a second, what's the case? You go in shalakach astam. You took the egg, you took the chicken, and you're not sure. If you took the chicken and you shechted the chicken, then you can eat the eggs. Then you know that that chicken was the chicken that you're going to eat, and so you can eat the eggs of that chicken. If you did not shech the chicken, so you can't take your eggs because you see the chicken is still not for eating. So if you shalak stam, b'tarnagola zeh kana stam. You just bought this chicken, you didn't decide what's going to be it. So then, so that's one answer, that it's talking about a tarnagolas that we're not sure about, and it's saying and the chiddush is that you can eat it because you can know what the mom does. There's another answer. Rav Mari says, no, it's talking about an exaggeration. Says Rashi, an exaggeration. Guzma Kadani, Kadam Sharosa Lahachzik Devar. A person wants to strengthen his words. Midaber Yeser, he says extra. The Omedes Lachila Ka'amar. And it's talking about an egg, a chicken that you're going to eat. The Nichlak of Beis Hillel Ha'osrim, and he argues with Beis Hillel, who says the other. Ve'ima lo itzarichale. We didn't need to teach the mother. You're right. We could have just said eat the egg, and obviously we'll know that you can eat the mother also. You didn't need to. Elagazim the Amar Milsi Yisera. He says you can eat the chicken, you can eat the egg. He's like, say you can eat the chicken, you can eat the egg, you can eat the poke, you can eat the wing. You know, he's just saying extra stuff to drive the point home. Hakol Yomar Gam as Av Gam as Aim. You can even eat the dad. How are you gonna know who the dad of a chicken is? So Gimel over here says Haben Games Ha'ain. Oh, also the chicken, the kid in the aim. 1 minute? Okay. For the cover of the Torah, we'll continue with the Smira, even though we're in the time that's more machmir than Smira. We're learning about eggs. We're learning about Bayim. The Gemara is not easy, but we are not swaying. Tomorrow, wartime ZoomShteig 199. We should be saying to get to 999 and then 1,000. And still, the egg wouldn't be batal because the davar sheish b'matirin. And also, chametz is davar sheish b'matirin. And that's why the chametz is aser b'masher. We're going to see some more